Globally, it has been observed that investment in agriculture is fundamental to achieving food security, poverty alleviation, and overall economic development. This is hinged on the sector's ability to feed the world's population, provide industrial raw materials, absorb more people into its workforce than most other industries, and remains a major source of foreign exchange earnings. In Nigeria, agriculture remains one of the largest contributors to the nation's economy. This sector accounts for employment of about 35% of the nation's population and has contributed more than 21.91% to the overall GDP. Sadly, in spite of all the amazing natural endowments and impressive policies, problems like poor implementation, infrastructure deficit, inadequate funding, the craze for white-collar jobs, and a host of other challenges have hindered a majority of the populace from enjoying the full dividends of agriculture.
It should be a long-term project where government invests heavily in the basic infrastructural development for agriculture, rural roads, irrigation facilities, storage facilities, processing facilities, so that the poor farmer produces easily, he transports it to the processing plant. Easily they give him his money, process, add value to whatever he has produced, and maybe packaging, selling or export and so on and so forth.
Delta State, South Nigeria is not immune to this same challenge bedeviling the agricultural sector at the national level. This realization led Senator Dr. OKOWA to initiate structures to regenerate and place the state economy on the path of continuous growth through sustained reforms of the Delta Beyond Oil policy and several other policies encapsulated in the SMART agenda.
The majority of our people truly in the state are also gainfully employed through agriculture. It is the one that will actually raise the economic power of the individual family. Yes, we know we have the oil resource, but unfortunately the oil resource only employs a few number of persons. But through agriculture we're able to impart on a lot of families, and therefore we need to re-encourage it and be sure that other states do not leave us behind.
The climatic and rich arable land of the state bequeathed on it the rare potentials for crops and livestock to strive favorably. Working through the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources and the Youth Agriculture Entrepreneurship Program (YAGEP) under the Job and Wealth Creation Bureau, the OKOWA-led administration has empowered farmers in the production of crops like oil palm, rice, maize, cassava, plantain, vegetables, and livestock like birds, pigs, snails, and fish.
The administration of His Excellency Dr. OKOWA, we have had a lot to do in agriculture, dating back to 2015 when his first tenure came in. He ensured that funds are made available. In the area of oil palm development, a lot has been done. In the area of fishery development, a lot has been done. In the area of livestock, a lot has been done. We have a lot of revolving programs which had not been there before.
These various programs have enabled the training and establishment of thousands of farmers in the state. Trainings and provision of soft loans are some of the support from the state government that has reflected bountifully on food security and positively altered the state's employment indices in the last couple of years.
It's not just the jobs for the farmers. The jobs now are indirect too, in the sense that it has created jobs for handymen, those working in farms, those transporting, those processing. When the fisher folk harvest, you will need people to clean the fish, even in transportation to people that transport these fishes to the end consumers, aside the market women. It has created jobs for them.
What His Excellency is doing now have reduced most of our unemployed youths that are ready to engage themselves in agriculture. And I can tell you that most of us that know the impact of that agricultural sector in our economy, we're happy.
Pig farming is one area where the OKOWA-led administration has invested and trained several farmers. Beyond the nutritional value, pig farming is lucrative and therefore of economic value to those who venture into it.
Government of Delta State, led by His Excellency Senator Dr. OKOWA, has really done a lot for pig farmers in the state. So right now in Delta State, pig farmers support program has been running. And since then, the government has supported by way of credit, soft loans to farmers. By and large, the pig farming is doing well in Delta State, and government is supporting pig farmers very, very well.
Curious to know how well pig farmers are doing, we hit the ground running. Our search landed us at Okwagbe, Ughelli South, where we met Bigila Etekiwuge, a pig farmer who has sustained his farm through soft loans obtained from the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources. He showed us around his pen and told us that compared to other loans, the state loans help him to stay at peace considering the low interest rate.
The loan helps so much. It helps us to develop the farm more than what we expect. We use the loan to expand the structure, to buy feed. We have more pigs. We just sold some pigs. If not that, you would have seen everywhere flooded. It's because of the loan.
Begila Etekiwuge agree that pig farming is lucrative. Begila further commended the state government for providing good roads to transport farm produce to neighboring cities.
I must praise OKOWA, even not only the loan given to farmers. Our roads getting to the farm, that major road, is the handwork of OKOWA. So we don't suffer before we get to Warri, don't suffer before we get to Ughelli. So move freely, and it helps farmers. And we know it's a grassroots politician. It's not a hijacked politician from halfway, because it starts from the local government.
Leaving Okwagbe, our next stop was Eku, where we met Ese Okbara, yet another pig farmer. She took us through the rudiments of feeding pigs and told us how the state's assistance enabled her keep her pig farm from packing up and even aided her farm expansion.
The Delta State governor have really tried to make sure that farmers goes on their farming, because if not for the help of that loan, we could have closed the farm. You can see that we expand the farm. So I really want to give the Delta State governor thanks.
At Ishago, in Anyocha South local government area of the state, we met Pa Jerry Osai, a seasoned livestock farmer who doubles as a trainer for aspiring farmers in the state. He took us on a tour, showing us a wide range of livestock he rears in the comfort of his home. He showed us his pig pen and even let us handle his piglets.
Hello, piggy.
Speaking to Smart Delta team, he explained how the assistance of the state government through the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources helped his pig farm and that of other farmers stay afloat in difficult times. He also commended the OKOWA-led administration's efforts in promoting commercial agriculture.
It was a good program in that it gave each and every one of us who accessed the loan the opportunity to grow, because the repayment was not on a monthly basis. The repayment was made quarterly, and it was convenient for most farmers.
Considering the high demand and consumption of snails in the state has empowered farmers to rear the highly nutritious meat on a commercial scale. At Oriabraka in Ethiopia East, we visited Onovie Omoife, a snail farmer with a peculiar story of resilience. He let us in on how he started snail farming and failed a couple of times before encountering the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
I went into snaring ignorantly. I tried the domesticated snaring. I failed. I now tried the tire system. I failed. In short, I gave up on snaring until I was introduced to Ministry of Agriculture, and they took me round and gave me a training about snaring. I was revived. They also supported through the Delta State government. They gave me 2 horses, and they also gave us some funds to build
our enclosure, and they gave us the design of the enclosure. When I asked, when are we start paying back, they said, so time. I said, that's very good, though. I'm very happy, because when I pay back what the government gives to me, that will encourage the government to do what? To do more for other people. I make sure everywhere is sealed up.
He took us on a tour of his new snail farm, where he has successfully reared snails from eggs to table size, and acknowledged that the state government has kept to the promise of prosperity for all Deltans. We also spoke to his farm hand, who hopes to venture into snail farming.
As I learn now from Ogaso, if I go OKOWA, I'll go start my own so that my people will still learn from me. What I'll tell the government is thank you for this, because he helped Moga still helped me too. The government try.
Favor Efenudu is another beneficiary who has been able to successfully rear snails to table size. He showed the Smart Delta team his snails of different sizes and let us in on their life cycle. He also showed us his hatchery, where he buries eggs with the aim of growing them to the next stage.
Senator OKOWA is doing very well with promoting agriculture, because I believe agriculture is the basis of every economy. They gave me over 600,000 to start the snail farm. The loan helped me start comfortably with even profit to keep it running over time, and the interest is very low. Compared to the banks, this one is just amazing.
I would like to thank
his brother Sume Efenudu had kind words for the government and indicated his interest in farming.
I would like to thank OKOWA for giving people the opportunity to start up their business, and I'll well be interested in being part of the business too.
Julius Shekiri, a retiree, told the team just how helpful snail farming has been to him since his retirement. He also let us in on his desire to grow enough snails to meet the heightening demand for snails.
I am very, very happy because it keeps me busy, really. Rearing of my snail is very satisfying. Once the demand is high, and if we can satisfy the demand, it's putting money into individuals' pockets. And with that, the economy will grow. People will be busy doing things. I'm saying kudos to the Ministry of Agri Delta State Government, headed by His Excellency Dr. Ifeanyi OKOWA.
Proof that the well-being of farmers in the state is paramount to the state government is seen in the quick response of the state to farmers facing challenges. A ready example is the Deputy Governor's inspection of Flourish Bentham Agro-Fish Farm when they called on the state government following an obstruction in their water source.
Have been conducted around this cluster of fish farms. This actually falls squarely with our program. We actually have as our mission to enthroning a stronger delta for our people. So what we're seeing right now, this merits our support. Such well-intended, hard-working gentlemen as we have seen. It's because we can't afford to fold our hands akimbo as a people.
The Delta State government is a responsive government. That I made a request, I never expect that they were going to respond this early. But within a short period of time, I just got a call from the protocol officer to the deputy governor that they were visiting my farm. Lo and behold, I thought it was a joke. Before I knew it, it was turning into reality. I feel so happy, so excited that I am being recognized and being honored with their presence.
Smart Delta.
I see infrastructures, agriculture, I see human capital development too. All of them OKOWA do. Thanks to Governor OKOWA. And I thank God for the day that he made you the governor of my state. And I thank God for Delta State. Hey, prosperity, prosperity for Delta State. For Delta State.
Jumbo, you don't see I'm say during Christmas and New Year, our journey for Delta State, they very smooth. because OKOWA government don't do roads even for our villages.
Even for this our farm. Now OKOWA government nice support us, give us the things when it say we need to even take startup. OKOWA government don't contribute so much to agriculture for Delta State. And not be only that one, Governor OKOWA still they contribute massively to human capital development for Delta State. Governor OKOWA, now man we get the people for in mind.
Prosperity for Delta State.
Smart Delta.
Just like other areas of farming, crop production is salient for variety of nutritional and economic value. Delta land is fertile and supports the growth of a variety of crops such as oil palm, cassava, maize, and many others.
Crop farming is very important. The nutritional value for humans in the area of economic helps greatly. A lot of people are into crops and they make a lot of money from different types of crops. In fact, about 80% of the farmers are into crop production in the state.
Oil palm, being one of Delta State's many natural endowments, has been hugely invested in because of the quantum of economic and industrial benefits. To this effect, improved high-yielding oil palm seedlings are nurtured in nurseries set up at Ejemuno, Ole, and Aragbaokbe to ensure that farmers in the states have the best quality seedlings.
The hybrid produce, in terms of even metric tons, their production is higher than the local one. And revenue for the state and also for our farmers is better okay into this hybrid so that at least our farmers will get better stuff to plant in order for them to do well in farming activities.
The importance of oil palm cannot be emphasized because from the fruit to the leaves and the trunks, all of them are very, very useful. That's why they call it golden plants. So for government to diversify the economy, oil palm is a must. It will help the farmer to get money. And remember, it takes a long time. It can stay for 25 years. So the farmer will keep on getting revenue.
Very recently, a practical training workshop was held for smallholder oil palm scheme beneficiaries in the states to equip them with best practices in addition to their improved oil palm seedlings. These efforts are targeted at ensuring high-yielding, good-quality palm seedlings.
Oil palm sector is one of the biggest here in Delta State. We're trying to enlighten our farmers to be able to know these practices, like 30 tons per hectare. And that's a huge money for them if they know the whole process.
I want to thank the governor, Dr. OKOWA, for organizing this very course for us, giving us the time to see the practical in order to improve on our farms.
300 seedlings they gave me. They empowered me. After when they gave me the 300 seedlings, they gave me free fertilizer. I don't think I would have seen the money to buy those fertilizers. If you see my farm today, you will like it. My Excellency Ifeanyi Atos OKOWA, thank you for all you have been doing in Delta State.
We visited Samuel Okota, one of many oil palm farmers in the state. He took us around his farm and commented that the seedlings given to him by the Ministry of Agriculture were good quality seedlings as they have started to fruit at an early stage. He told us how helpful the state government has been to farmers and did not spare his kind words to the state governor.
The state government, without asking for little stipend from you, they just came to our aid, gave us about 300 oil palm seedlings and some stipends to enable us stand firm. Senator Dr. OKOWA has tried immensely because what he has done is on ground for people to see. My oil palm is fantastic. OKOWA has wiped us tears. He has made us, Lord, to be self-reliant.
To further aid large-scale production, the state government recently commissioned tractors and other machinery with modalities for distribution to be worked out by the Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
The intention of this program is to ensure that those who want to tractorize their farms are able to get it at a subsidized rate and then be able to make enough gain of their farm produce at the end of the farm year. It is our hope that with the success of this program, that we will be able to purchase even more tractors in the future. We're encouraging our people to go back to the farm. And with the CBN program also supporting the already existing programs in the state, I believe that there's a lot to be done, both in terms of arable crops and cash crops.
This is part of mechanization of agriculture, and the youths of today cannot even do with manual agricultural processes. So we have started tractorization since 2015, and all of this will be given out to cooperatives, established groups, and the whole idea is to crash significantly the cost of land preparation and all of that. So this is the direction.
One key achievement of the state government in the area of agriculture is the ability to bring young people into the fold through the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Program, YAGEP. No less than 1,050 young farmers have been educated and empowered to establish their own farms and become independent.
The state government has provided the right environment, infrastructure, facilities and training to encourage youths to participate and remain in agriculture. So far, the state government has trained and established 1,054 YAGEP beneficiaries in different agricultural enterprises. From all the reports we got from the field, from independent analysis, the success rate is about 77%.
We visited Rosemary Uti, an independent YAGEPreneur in the company of YAGEP officials and the Chief Job Creation Officer, Professor Eric Ebo, and witnessed the distribution of inputs for her fish farm.
Before the empowerment, my life was just, I would say it was miserable. I wasn't a happy person, but now I'm a happy person. His Excellency provided everything for us. There's a TPS given to me every month for the 6 months. Even before the end of the month, I received my alert. Everything was in a platter of gold. I want to say a very big thank you to His Excellency Dr. Senator Governor OKOWA for keeping to his promise to his Delta youths, for creating jobs for us. And I want to really say big thank you to him again, that God is going to bless him, he's going to reward him, he's going to remain in good health. I don't know how it's going to happen, but he will get to presidency.
The same testimony resonates with other youths across the state.
After service for 5 good years, I was unemployed at home. It was devastating, but today I am so grateful. With this, I don't think, in fact, I am not thinking of any other job. I'm even thinking of employing people because I can't do this alone. So I'm grateful to OKOWA. God will richly bless him for doing this for me.
These are the beds that the state government have given to me, still 100 beds. I managed here for 100 beds before. They said I should expand, and now I've already expanded. The state government also gave me a feed that will be enough for me to feed them to a table size till I sold them and to yield more profit. I'm very happy, and I thank the state government for this help that he gave to us, especially me.
In a nutshell, the OKOWA-led administration has shown dogged determination to blur the lines of hunger and poverty and build a Delta where there is prosperity for all.
The feedback segment. Question of the day.
I'm interested in starting my own farm, and as a young person, I would like to ask the help government actually provides us.
Thank you, Sumeo Fenudu. It's quite interesting to know that you are interested in agriculture, which is a very good thing. When you come to Ministry of Agri, we will advise you properly, we will assist you. You can also reach out to YAGEP. They run programs for freshers into what we say fair entry into agriculture. But if you can come to this ministry, we'll be in a position to help you to kickstart whatever you want to do, advise you on the proper approach and how best you can do it, because it has to be commercially viable for you to succeed. So we'll do that for you if you come.
It's important to get informed about what is going on in this state. If you're going to pass suggestions to us as government, your suggestions will be welcome. To know more about the Smart Delta team, follow Smart Delta on their various links.
Text your questions to 09016652274 or send with the hashtag ACTIVE to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them higher. OKOWA. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of